Hello, hello. I'm Christy Forsyth. This is your weekly energy and tarot reading where we're taking a look at what's going on in the energetic weather, what's going on in the collective energy, the energy that impacts each and every one of us, and how you can make the most of it, right? Because as we break this down into the simplest of terms, this is telling you what it is that you've been feeling, helping you to make sense of it, but also to know what to do about it. How do you use this energy in a way that's going to benefit you? So that can be an incredibly powerful thing. So we're going to talk about what I'm feeling in the energy, what messages have come through for me. And then we're going to build on those messages with a tarot reading so that we can dive even deeper into the messages that are coming through. So let me know, first of all, how you guys are feeling in this energy. What's been going on? Has it been, we're here in an eclipse portal. So we're in between that lunar eclipse, and we could close out this eclipse portal around that solar eclipse, which is coming in October 3rd. So right here in between these two eclipses. Eclipse portals are about transformation. Typically, as we're closer to that lunar eclipse that we talked about last week, we're focusing on clearing and releasing and making space and letting go. It's that clearing part of the transformation. And then as we move closer into the solar eclipse, we're thinking about, what does this next chapter in my life look like? Who gets to be there? What gets to be there? What do I want to create? What do I want to experience? Where am I feeling called to allow shifts and changes and movement in my life? So you may find like there's movement that's happening. You're making moves, you're taking actions, you're doing things. And I also feel like as much as like we are taking action, there's a lot of moves that are happening behind the veil. There's a lot of moves that are happening by whatever it is that you believe in, whether that's God. For me, that's God. I also believe that we have a spirit team, right? I connect with them. So our angels, our spirit guides, other energies that are of the light. And so I believe that we never come here alone, that we're always supported and that we always have that divine support. And I think right now that divine support is that much more powerful. So you might find that you feel more spiritually connected. You might find that you're really aware of a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities that are showing up. I've been hearing from people left and right about the angel numbers that are showing up for them. And same. It's been kind of crazy. For me, it's been 444 a lot lately. And 444 is connected with stability and creating a solid foundation and things coming together. And it makes sense to me. So there are numbers, there are symbols, there are messages, there are even just insights that are coming through for us. And if we can lean into this idea that we are divinely guided and divinely supported, I think it's going to serve us really well here in this energy, because this energy is very unpredictable. It's unpredictable and it's okay, right? It's okay for it to be unpredictable. I got it easy for me to say, right? But I'm navigating my way through this energy too. And I've had a lot of surprises. I've had a lot of curveballs. I've had a lot of things come up where I'm like, oh, that's things that are just kind of interesting. And there's a lot of movement that's happening, a lot of things moving around. I keep saying like, it's like the universe is shuffling the deck, right? Moving things around, getting things where it needs to be for where we're meant to be going. So you might find like things are coming to a close. Some things are ending. Some things are closing out, or you're feeling like you need to let go. I think there are a lot of important truths that are coming to the surface right now. And it's important for us to be listening to those. It's important for us to be honoring those. If you're somebody who's very stuck in something needing to be a specific way, I want to invite you to try to let that go, to try to release that, because first of all, it's not our job to tell the universe, to tell God how to do his job, right? That's not our job. But also, if we can just kind of lean in and let ourselves be shown, a lot of times, like, that human ego thinks that, oh, it has to be this specific thing, this specific relationship, this specific job, this specific opportunity, this specific way, this specific path. And I want to invite you to let all that go and be open to what wants to come into your experience. If something isn't working, isn't flowing, isn't happening, it's okay to, at the very least, just set it to the side for a little bit, to stop focusing on. That's actually one of the fastest ways to manifest something, is to set intentions around that, but then give it that space, then give it that room to breathe. And if it develops, then it's meant for you. If it doesn't, then there's something better that's meant for you. And I think that that's so important for us to keep in mind. Is this connecting with you guys? Are you finding yourself in this place where you're feeling more spiritually connected, where you're noticing things happening for you? Or maybe you're frustrated with the way that things are going down, and that's okay too, right? We get to feel what we feel about it. It isn't a comfortable experience, especially when the energy is so unpredictable. That's not comfortable. That's not something that we typically enjoy, but also I think unpredictable can be surprising, right? And I kind of love this idea of these beautiful surprises showing up for ourselves when we set our ego to the side and just kind of let it happen. Because I feel like it can happen this week. There's something really powerful that I'm feeling in the energy. I really feel like when I'm saying it can happen this week, what does that mean? I don't know. Right? That's going to be something different for all of you. It might be an it that you're not even aware of, right? It's something that's destined to happen for you that maybe we feel on a soul level, we feel on an energetic level, but we don't even know what it is. Or maybe there's something that we've been waiting on, and this is the week for that to happen. And can we be open to that, right? With this surprising energy, I think that there's an opportunity for that to happen, whatever that is. And by the way, as you're listening to this, you might have things in your mind where you're like, oh, that's what she's talking about. It might not be that. So be open and try not to get too attached to it needing to be a specific thing, because everything is happening for us always, but especially right now. So if something wants to go, if something is clearing out of your life, do not hang on. If a truth is coming to the surface for you, do not bury your head in the sand. Listen to it, honor it, be willing to be brave enough to take a look at that, because that does require a lot of courage. It requires a lot of bravery. We just had a meeting earlier with the people who are signed up for our 48-hour vibe upgrade, and we're having that conversation. You know, the people who decided to go in on this and to really bet it all on themselves here as they're doing this, to dive in and to take that leap, that it's so brave, right? Because it is going to require all of us in doing that work to take a look at some truths that are true, but also hard, also intimidating. Also, it's hard to know, like, okay, I know where I'm at and I know what I want and I know where I want to be, but I don't know how I'm going to get there, right? And so sometimes it's easier to just ignore the truth, or I'm aware of a truth and I don't like that truth. Like, that doesn't align with the vision that my human has for myself. But you know what it does align with? The vision that your soul has for you. Your soul knows better. The universe knows better. God knows better, whatever that is for you. So lean in. And by the way, if you are in that place where you're wanting to make that transformation and you want to do that, you want a powerful transformation that will capture the energy of years worth of therapy, join us. We have one spot left, and I'm really looking for somebody who's like wanting to change their life, really ready for it, where you're just like, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm intimidated by this, but I also know that it's my time and I know that I need to do this work. So I will put that link below in case that's you. One spot left, and we're going to be closing the doors in the next few days or so. So get signed up, grab that spot for yourself. But anyway, this is a powerful time. Hi, Lynette. Nice to see you here. Make sure you guys say hi. I always love when you say hi. It's a powerful time. And I think we're going to see things happening, whatever those things are, and notice what's happening. Notice what's developing. You might have a lot of WTF moments this week. I've had them for the past couple of weeks, right? Where it's like, oh, well, that's interesting. And can we kind of just approach it from that energy? That's interesting. And just notice this illusion that is our lives that is showing up for us, because it is all just an illusion. So kind of notice what's being placed into the illusion for you. And what is it teaching you? What is it showing you? Where is it moving you? Where is the flow going? You want to follow the flow. Let the flow lead you. I really feel like in this energy, we're just on the other side of this fall equinox. I think that we're seeking balance right now, and trying to really exploring like how can there be more balance being brought to our lives, and that's being supported. But I also feel like in this energy, there's it's like destiny is clicking in some ways, right? Like these things that before we came here, because we all came here with a plan. Are you aware of that? Do you feel that? Do you know that? We all came here with a plan. Every single one of our lives is useful and intentional, and you're here for a reason and you matter. So we came here with a plan, and I feel like there's a lot of things this week that will be happening that are part of that plan or showing you the next phase of the plan. So let it unfold. You might have I had a weird deja vu moment the other day, and it was just like such a random thing. But a lot of times, I guess deja vu moments are those, right? But you might find that there's a lot of deja vu that's happening because it's, again, like this, it's the soul. I would say deja vu is the soul's recognition of the plan before we came here. Like it's just that acknowledgement. You're in the right place at the right time. And you're remembering something about that. And it might seem like a very random moment, but it doesn't mean that you're not in the right place at the right time. I think that there's a lot of this. And so we just want to trust in the fact that what's meant to happen is going to happen. We want to acknowledge the truth. We want to not bury our head in the sand. We want to be willing to be flexible, super duper flexible in this energy. I want you to be a contortionist, an energetic contortionist in this energy, because God is about to show us how great it can be. But if you stay stuck, you are gripping on with a tight grip, if you're not letting go of what your ego thinks that it should be, then you're going to miss it. And it's so important that we're letting that go here in this energy. So powerful, powerful openings and opportunities for destiny to step in. Will you be willing to flow with it? So how's everybody doing? Jump in. Anybody who's here live now, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Are you having any of these destined moments happening for you? How about the unpredictability? What does that look like for you? I do also want to invite you guys. I shared this last week. I'm going to be changing the price of my membership soon. And so right now I have a goal to add 30 new members to my Clarity by Christy membership. This is a space for people. I created it when my schedule got too full and I didn't have the space to fit everybody. And I wanted it to be something that would replicate the work that I did individually, but would also enhance the work that I do individually with people, would also just be this resource of tools to support people when they're struggling, when the energy is really intense, when they don't know what to do, when they're working through like some stuff, when they're wanting to connect more deeply spiritually, when they're just like excited and opening and wanting to learn more things about spiritual concepts and intuition and metaphysical concepts, all of the things, right? So it's like this big resource. I have over 3 years worth of stuff on there, and I'm offering, it's only $9.99 a month right now until I change the price, but I am offering that right now for free for the first month. So jump in for that. You just want to, all caps, free month, and sign up and, stay as long as you like. But I think that you're going to want to stay. I made a whole energy session to support people's energy as we're navigating this eclipse. And it's, you guys know, like, this energy is very intense, especially as we were closer to that eclipse. Like, there's a lot. And so sometimes we just need that support. And it's a really great tool because it's like a guided meditation. So it's going to relax you, but it also is infused. I do a full angelic energy session with it. So you get to receive that. And that's just like one of the tools that's on there. So check that out if you feel compelled to do that. So let's dive into the cards that we have. So first up, we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. I just get the energy with this, like, that we're seeing something. If we're not already seeing it, we're seeing something this week where we take a look at that and we're proud of ourselves. We're recognizing, like, we have a situation that's like circling back in our lives, like a theme that's circling back, and we get an opportunity to handle it from a place of growth, of maturity, of learning for all of the things that we've been learning. And I think a lot of us are going to nail it. I think a lot of us are recognizing, wow, like, I've come a long way. It's kind of that vibe, like seeing how far you've come, and a situation or an experience will kind of be reminiscent of something from the past, or will trigger a similar trigger to something of the past. And I feel like there's this opportunity a little bit to redo something, to handle something in a way where you're like, yeah, I feel better about the way that I handled it this time than I did last time. So that feels really good. Part of that too is in honoring and maintaining our boundaries, right? Like, being mindful about, okay, like, you might have something come in where it's like testing a boundary that you've already set. And I think the goal here is to make sure that we aren't giving in to those boundaries that we've set. We can handle that with kindness. We can handle that with love, but don't undo the work that you've already done and the progress that you've already made. Because slippery slope sometimes in this kind of energy, and we don't want you to fall down the slippery slope. So be mindful about that. And then we have the King of Cups in reverse. So you might find yourself feeling more emotional, more unpredictable with emotion, as we have a lot of triggers that are coming up as we're navigating our way through this unpredictability. That can be a lot. And we might find that if we're not mindful, that we may make decisions from a place of emotion rather than really sitting with ourselves. So this is definitely like, check yourself before you wreck yourself energy. This is take a look and really take some time to consciously choose to bring yourself into balance before you respond to something if you notice that you are very triggered. I also feel like I need to say that when we feel overwhelmed with energy, sometimes it is our response to shut down our heart. Or when we have an experience that hurts us, I think it's very human of us to just say, well, forget it all. I'm shutting my heart down. I'm closing myself off. Forget everyone. Like, there's kind of that energy. So this is for somebody. And it's like, no, let's intentionally choose to keep our hearts open, to be open to connection, to be open to being real, being authentic here in this world, and seeing how that works. If you're overwhelmed with like the energy of it all, I have actually asked me for it, or I'll try to remember to like connect it with this video. I have a daily energy filtering, daily energy protection meditation for you. That's a great way. So if you're like just feeling like you're taking all the energy on and you feel like you need to protect yourself, you feel like you need to put your armor up, I recommend that, because that's not armor, that's filtering, right? It's going to help to balance out the energy a bit, but not completely seal you off energetically from the world, because we don't want to be sealed off. We're here to connect and be vulnerable, and that's really key here. Magic, the magician. We have the magician. I think there's a lot of magic here. I think there's a lot of things developing. I think that there's a lot of us recognizing that we're more ready than we realized. I just get the sense that there's a lot of these aha moments this week where it's like, wow, like I've come further than I realized that I did. I want you to acknowledge those and honor those and celebrate that. Is there always more room for improvement and work? Absolutely. That's what we came here to do, is to grow and learn and develop. However, leaning into this idea that we're more than ready. We've been more than prepared to take on whatever we need to take on. And we've come a long, long way. So that feels really good. The magician showing up also for me is a confirmation of when I said whatever it is, can happen this week. This is like a breakthrough moment that can be in your mind, that can be in your life, but something really powerful and feels magical and is like a magical new beginning in some way. Next card that we have here is the 10 of Wands. I think that we're recognizing that while we want to be growing, while we want to be working on certain things and developing certain things, it's okay for us to do that in a way that allows for more peace and ease, that allows for things to just flow to us, for us to be magnetic and call these things. And I think we're finding a balance with that. And I think that we're recognizing where we've overpromised ourselves, where we've put too much of our energy. And this is a part of where the boundaries are going to come in recognizing, no, that doesn't really align for me anymore. That isn't really what I want anymore. That isn't where I want to be anymore. And so we might be closing out some commitments. We might be shifting the way that we're spending our time and our energy this week in some way. So you're encouraged to take a look at that. It doesn't have to be so hard. It doesn't have to be so challenging. It's so important for us to create that ease and be open to that ease. I think like a lot of us have been like taught that, right? That you have to like put all of this work in. And while I really deeply value work, I also deeply value the other side of energy. So that's the masculine energy. I value the feminine energy as well, that is magnetic, that is calling it to you. And I think there are some things in your life that maybe we need to lean into and be more magnetic with so that it can be easier. But it's not just that, because we also have the Emperor. And the Emperor says, give it all you got, right? Put yourself in, especially in regard to like work related things that you're working on. If you're a business owner, if you're working on a business, that kind of stuff, leaning into that, leaning into making things happen. But the Emperor, I mean, he's not the guy who's out there doing all the heavy labor, right? Even with him, like this is somebody who's leading everybody doing the heavy labor. And so where are you being invited to step into more of a leadership role? Where are you being invited to allow people to help you Where are you being invited to shift the approach in the things that you're doing so that you can be the best version of yourself? Like, I've been thinking a lot about, I'm always doing a lot. And I know that at some point I've got to bring in more help and things like this. I've been thinking about that a lot lately because it's just becoming more and more clear that I can be the best me and do videos like this and the things that God wants me to be doing if I can have that support and that help to cover the other stuff. And so sometimes that's like part of being a leader and stepping into that, or part of shifting into a higher level of success, is this willingness to step into leadership. So where are you being called to do that? I think that's key and important for some of you, but it's a very powerful energy. The Emperor and the Magician together, or absolutely, if we choose it, stepping into our power this week. And then we have the Justice card in reverse. So again, like now we're in Libra season. We're right on the other side of the fall equinox. Like, that's, for me, a lot of that is about balance and taking a look at where is there a need for more balance in your life. And I think that that's an important question for us to be asking ourselves. Like, where am I putting too much effort in? Where am I working too hard? Where do I need to, like, what's important to me and that I need to be putting more effort into it? And where do I need to just let go? I feel that so much in this energy. Just let go. So it's not going the way your ego wanted it to go, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't let it go. That's key, and that's important. And it might be sparked by situations that feel very unfair, that feel unbalanced, that aren't happening for you the way that you believe that they should be happening for you. But again, you are a powerful co-creator here in this world, but you are a co-creator. And when it's not working, can we trust in the fact that there's something better at hand here? So try not to get too caught up in that if you feel like that something wasn't fair or was handled in a way that wasn't right. It's not for you. It's not for you. Or not for you right now, or not for you the way that it is happening or the way that it is showing up currently. So it's just something to keep in mind, and what's within your power here in this situation. And I think for all of us, the ability to lean in, to flow, to stretch ourselves a little bit, to flex our faith muscles and trust in our higher power, that's going to be a really powerful thing here in this energy. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to this week. I think it's going to be a good one. But let me know what's going on for you. If you made it this long, let me know. Please like this video. Please share this video. Tag somebody below. Whatever you feel called to do. All of it is so helpful to me. And thank you, because some of you guys are just absolute rock stars at getting these out there, and it's really helping. I've been working on growing and reaching more people, and it's starting to work. So keep it up. I appreciate your help. I can't do this without you, and it's been amazing. So thank you for the support. Truly, truly. And I love you guys. I will see you soon with another video. So take care.